A little over a year ago, I came across this video on YouTube about building cigar box guitars. I had never heard of them, but they were pretty interesting and looked easy enough to make. And after I started doing a lot of research, I found out that they had been around for a long time, very popular during the 1920s for blues musicians who could not afford to buy a guitar, and they would take cigar boxes and pieces of wood and wire from a broom and construct a guitar to play music on. And I just thought that was interesting, and since then I've started collecting and building cigar box guitars. I've built several, and I'm even finishing up some right now for Christmas gifts. You can see here some that I've been working on. These are electric, has electric pickup, and has some, each one's a little bit different. They're kind of like art projects in that you know, there's not really any rules to them except that they make sound. And so I've started building several different kinds of those. This is one of my favorites right here. It's just a plank of wood with a Band-Aid box on it, and it's electric, and pretty much you don't need any skill to be able to play that instrument to make sound with it. But the interesting thing that happened was about a year ago, my great uncle Roddy Dorsey told me that my great grandfather used to build instruments, and I thought that was interesting because although I knew my great grandpa, he never told me that he built instruments, and I just thought it was ironic that here I am this many years later coming across this and started building instruments of my own. And although he did not build them maybe from cigar boxes, he did do something interesting in that he built them from things that he had access to. And a couple weeks ago, my Uncle Ronnie and Larry came by, and Ronnie brought me this mandolin that my great-grandfather built around 1954. Still very playable, and it's just awesome to know that I have something that my great-grandfather or father, Oliver Dorsey, built, and then without knowing it, I'm carrying on a tradition that he himself probably didn't ever think anyone else in his family would do. And it's just interesting how things work out that way. So this Christmas, this is probably the most awesome gift that I could receive, and I thank Ronnie for bringing this to me, and I thank him for telling me about it. And so every night when I'm in this shop working on a project, a guitar or whatever, I'll be thinking about my great papa and those nights that he spent back in the 50s building this apple crate mandolin.